Hey friends, have you ever found yourself staring at your phone, wondering why she hasn't replied, even though you know she saw your message? Have you felt that slow ache, that quiet anxiety that comes not from her words, but from her silence? You're not alone. In this digital age, where love is filtered, fast, and fleeting, waiting feels like heartbreak in slow motion. But what if I told you she's not ignoring you? She's observing you, not to hurt you, but to understand if what she sees in you is real. Because some women don't fall for charm, they fall for character. And when a woman sees potential in a man, she doesn't jump in, she waits. Modern love has become a marketplace. Likes are mistaken for love. Stories disappear in 24 hours, and so do emotions. But the women who are emotionally aware, the ones who felt pain, healed, and grown, don't rush into connection. They pull back, not because they don't feel something for you, but because they do. She needs to know if you're the kind of man who can hold space, not just chase. If you can stay calm while she's distant, if you have your own rhythm, your own fire, your own sense of purpose, regardless of how much she pulls away. This isn't a game, it's a quiet, soulful test. She's making you wait because she wants to see if your desire is driven by ego or depth. Because true connection doesn't ask for speed, it asks for stability. She wants to see how you show up when things aren't convenient. Do you spiral? Do you get bitter? Or do you rise inwardly, becoming even more aligned with your own truth? That's the man she will admire. That's the man she will feel safe loving. Stoic philosophy whispers this truth softly to us. No man is free who is not master of himself, and she knows this. That's why she waits, not for power, but for protection, emotional safety. She's not testing you to play with your mind. She's testing to see if you've trained your heart. Women who carry emotional depth can sense the presence of a man's unspoken strength, not through what he says, but through what he does not say when he's hurting, through how he waits without becoming desperate, through how he continues his journey, focused, grounded, alive. If she's hard to get, it doesn't mean she doesn't care. It might mean she cares more than you know, and that she wants to see if you're worth the risk of opening her soul again. And if you can understand this, not only will you unlock her affection, you will begin to transform yourself into the kind of man who doesn't just chase love, but becomes it. Today, we're going to uncover 7 soul-deep secrets, rare and powerful insights that will show you what it really means when she makes you wait. These are not just dating tips. These are life lessons, emotional codes, sacred truths that will help you rise into your highest masculine self. Let's go start. Number 1, she's not testing your patience. She's revealing your substance. When a woman makes you wait, it's easy to misinterpret her silence as indifference or her delay as disrespect. But often, it's far more layered than that. In a world flooded with instant gratification, where swipes replace conversations and emojis stand in for real emotions, a woman who slows things down isn't wasting your time. She's searching for something rare. She's paying attention to how you react when things don't go your way. And in that space, she's not testing your patience. She's quietly revealing the depth of your substance. There's an ancient Japanese proverb, "The bamboo that bends is stronger than the oak that resists." The woman who takes her time is like that wind. She wants to know if you bend with grace or break with frustration. She watches how you carry yourself in the quiet, how you treat her even when your expectations aren't met. Because a man's character isn't defined by how he behaves when everything is easy, it's revealed in the pauses, in the waiting, in the not knowing. This isn't a mind game, it's emotional X-ray. She's decoding your rhythm, your masculinity, your emotional maturity. Are you someone who can lead without control? Can you respect boundaries without interpreting them as rejection? Can you admire her autonomy without needing to own it? Most men today, conditioned by likes, streaks, and constant digital dopamine, expect immediate validation. But A high-value woman, especially one who has healed herself, wants more than a moment of attraction. She's looking for emotional integrity. She wants to feel your stability, your calm under uncertainty, your groundedness, because what she's really asking in the silence between texts and the gaps between plans is, are you safe for me to invest my emotions in? A woman of depth often carries scars. She's been loved too recklessly or too quickly before, so now she treads gently, not out of manipulation, but out of wisdom. And if you mistake her caution for coldness, you'll miss the invitation to rise into a different kind of manhood, one that holds space without demand. When she makes you wait, she's also giving you a gift, the opportunity to refine yourself. Use that space. Don't spiral into anxiety or bitterness. Build, read, evolve. Let her absence illuminate your presence, because women don't just admire looks or charm. They deeply admire a man who respects the timing of real connection over the speed of conquest. So, if she's making you wait, breathe. Don't rush. She might be hoping you'll walk, just to see if you can choose to stay instead. And if you do, not out of desperation but out of discernment, she'll see you, not as a boy chasing a fantasy, but as a man ready to build something extraordinary. Number 2, her delay is a mirror. She wants you to confront your inner landscape. When a woman makes you wait, it often feels like she's holding all the power. But here's the truth that escapes most men. She's not just observing you, she's giving you space to observe yourself. Her pause is not always about indecision or control. Sometimes it's a quiet invitation for you to confront the man you are when no one's affirming you. Because in those empty moments, when texts go unanswered, when plans remain uncertain, your hidden insecurities, your need for validation, and your emotional self-worth all rise to the surface. And she sees them, even if you don't speak them aloud. This is not a punishment, it's a mirror. Many men chase women from a place of emptiness, not abundance. They want her attention to fill their silence. They crave her affection to validate their value. But a wise woman, especially one who's learned from pain, wants to know if you're already full before she pours herself into you. Can you handle solitude without spiraling? Can you sit with yourself without needing her to complete you? Because if her absence makes you unravel, her presence will never feel safe. Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And freedom in this context means being able to wait without panic, to feel longing without crumbling, and to hold space for uncertainty without trying to force clarity. That's the kind of inner strength that silently commands respect, not just from women, but from life itself. When she makes you wait, she's unintentionally revealing your level of emotional self-reliance. She wants to see, not if you'll chase her, but if you'll remain centered while she navigates her feelings. Because real intimacy doesn't come from speed, it comes from alignment. And alignment cannot be forced. Here's something most men overlook. In the waiting, your true nature is amplified. Do you become passive-aggressive, bitter, or withdrawn? Or do you remain calm, focused, gracious? A man who respects his own journey as much as hers. The delay becomes a test, not of your worth, but of your readiness. Not for a causal relationship, but for something sacred. And sometimes, the reason she's taking time isn't because she's unsure about you, but because she's battling her own fears, her own wounds. She's been made to feel disposable in the past. She's had her vulnerability mishandled. She doesn't want to be rushed into another mistake. She's observing if you're the kind of man who will offer patience, not pressure, presence, not performance. So instead of filling that space with overthinking or frustration, fill it with self-work. Use the waiting as sacred ground, a season for reflection, refinement, and quiet growth. Journal your thoughts, reconnect with your purpose, strengthen your sense of identity so that when she does open her heart, she finds a man who's already done the inner work. Because ultimately, A woman who sees potential in you isn't looking for a man who demands her love on his timeline. She's looking for someone who understands that great things, the deep, soul-bonded kind of love, are never rushed. And if you can hold steady in that space of uncertainty, she will feel something very rare, emotional safety. That's when admiration deepens. That's when love begins. Number 3, she's watching how you handle the unknown. That's where true character lives. One of the greatest illusions in modern relationships is that love is built during the obvious moments, the candlelit dinners, the romantic texts, the passionate kisses. But what a woman with emotional depth truly watches is how you behave when nothing is certain. When she pulls back slightly, not out of games but out of caution, she's silently observing who you become when the script is unwritten and the outcome unclear. This isn't a test in the manipulative sense. It's a window, a soulful woman, one who sees potential in you, wants to know if your masculinity is rooted in stillness or if it crumbles in the face of emotional ambiguity. Because the way you move through uncertainty reveals what no words ever can. She wants to see, do you chase with desperation or wait with dignity? Do you spiral into self-doubt or stand in self-trust? Do you punish her emotionally for not deciding fast enough, or do you honor her process, knowing that something beautiful can only grow if it's given time to breathe? Most men are conditioned to react, to fix, to demand resolution, because silence feels threatening and ambiguity feels like rejection. But what if her distance is not rejection, but reflection, a sacred pause, a mirror to see how much chaos still lives in you? This is where the Stoics held their ground. They believed the measure of a man is found in how he navigates what he cannot control. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." That's exactly the point here. Her pause may feel like rejection, but it's your interpretation of it that stings, not her intention. A woman who sees potential in you doesn't want to build something on shaky emotional ground. She wants to feel that you can be the still water in a storm, not someone who needs constant affirmation to feel valuable. So, when she slows the pace, don't see it as a threat. See it as a moment to display the rare strength of patience, the masculine calm, the kind of quiet confidence that doesn't beg to be seen, it's just felt. It's during these moments, when you're tempted to react, to reach out impulsively, to prove something, that your character either cracks or crystallizes. She's not looking for perfection, she's looking for emotional presence. She's wondering, can this man hold space without filling it with fear? And if you can, something powerful happens. She begins to feel safe, because a woman falls for a man not just when he says the right words, but when she can feel his emotional stability even in the silence. That's the kind of stability that builds a long-lasting bond, the kind that doesn't need constant reassurance because it radiates trust from within. So, remember, when she takes her time, it's not a sign of disinterest. It's a sign she's being careful. She's looking for alignment, not entertainment. She's not just checking if you're interested, she's checking if you're ready for something real, for something rare. And if you respond to the unknown with strength, stillness, and soulful patience, she'll feel it deeply. And that is where admiration turns quietly into love. Number 4, she's protecting the future before she gives you her present. When a woman makes you wait, it's easy to believe that she's withholding affection or that she's undecided. But often, the opposite is true. A truly intentional woman, one who has been hurt, grown, and healed, doesn't give her heart to the fastest man. She gives it to the man who makes her feel like her future is safe. Not just exciting, not just fun. Safe, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. She delays not because she doubts you, but because she respects what you could become together. She's slowing down because she's imagining something long-lasting, and things that are built to last aren't rushed into existence. They are carved slowly, like ancient stone. She doesn't want to give you her heart quickly, only to have it cracked open carelessly. She wants to know that you can hold it, with presence, with protection, and with patience. Women with depth often carry emotional memories like invisible journals. If she's making you wait, it's because she's rereading the old pages of her life and making sure she doesn't repeat chapters filled with pain. She's not being distant, she's being discerning. She's not trying to frustrate you. She's trying to feel if your energy brings peace or pressure. There's something sacred about this pause. It's not rejection, it's reverence. She's honoring her intuition. She's listening to how her nervous system responds to your presence. Does she breathe easier around you, or does she brace herself? That's not something she decides in a single moment. It's something she feels over time. That's why she waits. That's why she watches. She's not just asking, does he like me? She's asking something much deeper. Is he capable of creating a space where I don't have to shrink to survive? The truth is, a real woman doesn't just want love, she wants alignment. She wants to know that if she gives herself to you fully, you'll be able to meet her not just in desire, but in devotion. That's not something proved by passion alone. That's revealed by how you show up when things are uncertain, inconvenient, or emotionally complex. This is why so many men lose women with deep hearts, not because they're bad men, but because they misunderstand her delay. They take it personally, they grow impatient, they push. But what they don't realize is that in her quiet hesitation, she's looking for proof of one rare quality: your emotional maturity. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This moment, where she makes you wait, is your invitation to prove that you are ruled not by impulse, but by wisdom, that you can live with delayed gratification, that you understand anything truly beautiful is worth the stillness it demands. So don't rush her, don't bet, don't ask for clarity before she's ready to give it. Show her that you can honor the pace of something that matters. Show her that you're not here to possess her. You're here to protect what could be born between you. Because when a woman sees that you value the process, not just the prize, that's when she starts to believe you're not like the rest. And slowly, steadily, she opens. Not because you pressured her, but because you proved that you were patient enough to let love unfold on its own sacred timeline. Number 5, she's testing the depth of your stillness, not the loudness of your chase. Sometimes when a woman delays closeness or seems to pull back just when connection begins to bloom, it's not because she wants you to chase her. It's because she wants to witness something far rarer than effort. She wants to see your stillness. She's not looking to be hunted or pursued like a game. She's searching for emotional groundedness, the kind of energy that doesn't panic when love moves slowly, the kind that doesn't collapse into self-doubt at the first sign of ambiguity. You see, the masculine that holds the most power is not the one that fights for attention. It's the one that remains calm in the face of confusion, that doesn't crumble when things become unclear. Women feel this, and deeply intuitive women, those who've spent years healing from chaotic lovers and unavailable men, begin to test for this without even realizing it. When she pulls back, when she's hard to read, when she makes you wait, she's quietly watching. Can you stay rooted, or will you flinch? This is not a game, it's a soul-level instinct, because a woman who's serious about her life, who has crafted emotional safety within herself, won't share that world with a man who needs constant reassurance, immediate gratification, or loud validation. She wants to know if you can remain whole in the space where most men become reactive. She's watching not how fast you run, but how quietly you can stand, unshaken, undemanding, unfazed. We live in a world where instant replies and fast romances are mistaken for real connection. But real women, women with substance, are tired of speed. They want depth. They want to see if your presence is deep enough to create peace instead of pressure. So when she delays, it's not to punish you, it's to see what you do in the silence. The modern man often fails here. He interprets her pause as disinterest. He reacts. He becomes sarcastic, withdraws, plays reverse games. But the wise man, the emotionally sovereign man, does something different. He leans into patience. He doesn't perform to impress. He embodies to invite. He doesn't need to prove anything, because his stillness already whispers everything. I won't chase you because I'm already full within myself. A woman will only fall for a man if his calm feels safer than her solitude, if his emotional regulation feels more grounding than being alone. That's what she's testing in the wait. Not your charm, not your plans, not your compliments, but your center, the quiet, steady place within you that holds itself with dignity when things are uncertain. This doesn't mean you say nothing or become cold. You remain open, warm, kind, but not needy, available, but not anxious, curious, but not controlling. You respond to her delays with grace, not guilt-tripping. You allow her space while still radiating presence. That is the energy of a man who has power, not over her, but within himself. Seneca once said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." This pause she places between you is not adversity. It's an opportunity, an invitation to reveal the stillness in you that cannot be shaken by timing, distance, or doubt. If you can meet her with that energy, you won't need to chase her. She will slowly, lovingly fall toward you, not because you forced it, but because you became the kind of man she could trust her heart to wander back to. Number 6, she's testing the integrity of your intentions. When a woman holds back, when she makes you wait for her affection or commitment, it is not just a test of patience, it is a test of your integrity. She wants to understand the depths of your intentions, not just the surface-level desires or fleeting moments of affection. She's waiting to see if your pursuit is grounded in something lasting, something deeper than the rush of the present. You see, the modern world thrives on instant gratification. We swipe right or left, hoping for quick connections, for fast validation, but deep, meaningful love doesn't work that way. And a woman who knows her worth understands that to truly connect with someone, it requires time, reflection, and emotional depth. She needs to know that you're not just in this for the thrill of the chase or for the dopamine hit of new love, but that your intention to be with her is rooted in a vision of something real, something sustainable. Think of it this way. If you're rushing to win her over, it's easy for her to feel like she's just a part of the excitement, a trophy to be won. But if you are patient and respectful of her pace, you're communicating that you're not after a quick victory, but after her heart in its truest form. You're showing her that your interest in her isn't based on what she can offer you in the moment, but on what the two of you can build together over time. And that, for her, is a powerful signal that your intentions are worth trusting. When a woman makes you wait, she's asking you to prove that you're not here for a short-term thrill. She wants to know if you're going to be the kind of man who stays when the honeymoon phase fades, when the excitement turns into the daily rhythm of life. Will you be there when the spark seems dim? Will you still care when things get tough? Will you hold space for her, even when the initial magic fades into something more stable, more real? The integrity of your intentions is revealed not in what you say, but in what you do. It's in your consistency, your reliability, and your ability to remain steady and calm, even in the face of her uncertainty. It's about respecting her boundaries, understanding her pace, and never pressuring her to feel something she's not ready for. If you are the type of man who can do this, you will show her that you are not just playing games or following a pattern. You are here because you truly value her, and you are willing to earn her trust over time. This doesn't mean you have to be perfect. In fact, being transparent about your own vulnerabilities, your fears, and your emotional needs can show her the depth of your character. It shows her that you're not trying to control the outcome, but that you're letting this journey unfold naturally on its own terms. You're demonstrating that you're capable of handling emotional complexity, of waiting without demanding, of loving without rushing. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. In your actions, in your patience, and in your integrity, you demonstrate your goodness, not through promises, but through presence. If you stay grounded and true to your word, she will recognize the strength of your intentions. And when the time is right, she will begin to open up, not because of any rush, but because she feels the sincerity of your heart and the depth of your commitment." Number 7, she's waiting to see if you can handle her complexity. A woman's heart, like her mind, is a world of rich complexities, an intricate web of thoughts, emotions, and desires that often can't be fully understood at first glance. When she makes you wait, it's not just about testing patience or playing games. It's a test to see if you can handle all the layers of who she truly is. She is not interested in superficial connections or fleeting experiences. She wants to know if you can meet her at her deepest levels, beyond the surface. To truly see a woman, you must first be able to see yourself, your strengths, your flaws, and the deep capacity for growth within you. If you're someone who can't face your own complexity, you'll struggle to see hers. But when she holds back, she's offering you a unique chance to prove that you can appreciate her for all that she is, not just the parts that fit your idealized vision of a woman, but the whole, the entirety of her being. This process of waiting is an invitation to meet her in her full humanity. She's asking, can you deal with the doubts she might have, the uncertainties she holds, the dreams she is still figuring out? Can you stand strong when she is not at her best, when she shows you her flaws or her vulnerability? Can you be patient when she is navigating through her own personal struggles, trying to find balance within herself, or even questioning what she truly wants in life? To some, this might seem like a burden or an inconvenience, but to a woman who knows her worth, this is a deep, transformative process. She wants someone who sees her not as a problem to solve, but as a person to understand, to support, and to cherish. She's not asking for perfection. She's asking for a man who can navigate the challenges of love with patience, wisdom, and respect. Many men may mistake her waiting as a sign of disinterest, but the truth is, she is seeing if you have the emotional resilience to truly understand her. Can you handle her contradictions, her moods, her indecisiveness, her changing needs, and still stand firm in your admiration for her? If you are willing to do that, she will begin to feel the depth of your commitment and respect. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Her complexities, her nuances, her waiting, they are not obstacles. They are the path to a deeper connection. If you are patient and strong enough to handle her complexity, you will find yourself on a journey of mutual growth, where both of you evolve into something more profound than you could have imagined at the start. What she is really doing is showing you the depth of her vulnerability. She's not withholding her love. She's simply waiting for someone who can appreciate the full range of who she is. If you can hold space for her complexities without rushing, without trying to fix her, and simply stand beside her as she reveals herself at her own pace, you will earn a love that is deeply rooted in mutual understanding and respect. In this way, waiting becomes the foundation for something far more significant. It's not a test of endurance, but a test of emotional intelligence. If you pass this test, she will open up to you, not because you demanded it, but because you showed her the respect and understanding that she so deeply desires. Conclusion: As we conclude today's deep dive into the intricacies of relationships and the subtle dynamics that shape them, remember this: when a woman is making you wait, it's not about playing games. It's about her seeing potential in you, in your growth, and in what you could become together. True admiration and respect take time to nurture. It's about building a foundation of trust, understanding, and most importantly, self-worth. So when faced with moments of uncertainty or waiting, remember that patience is a reflection of the deeper respect she has for you. It's not about desperation, it's about mutual respect and the space to evolve. Let this wisdom guide your relationships moving forward. Reflect on your actions, be authentic in your intentions, and always embrace your growth. Now, if you found these insights valuable and they resonated with you, don't forget to hit that like button. Share this with others who might need to hear this message. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe for more content that helps you grow, build meaningful connections, and live a life rooted in wisdom. Together, we'll continue exploring the art of meaningful relationships. Let's go start.